Okay, let's do the second reasoning over code. There's a lot of code here, but don't get intimidated. We'll make sense out of it. First, let's copy the code and let's paste it here. And our goal is to find the value of m such that rc2 returns true. Fine. So to begin with, we see that m has to be an integer and it has to be a non-negative integer, or else we'll just return false. Okay. So now we have this while true. That's an infinite loop. Of course, it's not infinite. It will eventually stop. So we have to look inside and see where it breaks. This is going to be where the loop stops. So the loop goes forever until our count winds up greater than 9 for whatever is happening inside here. Okay? And something's changing on each pass of the loop, and it's this start. Whatever is going on with start, each time through the loop, we increase start by 1. So start 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And eventually something happens in here to make the count greater than 9. And when that happens, we just want to make sure that we know what the start value was that made that happen. Cool. So let's look at what's going on inside here. Okay? So we are counting, let's see, well, n is going to be in a range from start to start plus 3. Those are going to be 3 values. Like if start is 0, those are the values 0, 1, and 2. If start was 105, they'd be 105, 106, and 107. N is 3 consecutive values. And the count winds up being the result of f of n over those 3 values, where f is this function right here. Okay? This function should look familiar, but we can look through it. Actually, let's look at it briefly and see what's going on. Okay? Take the absolute value, we have a count as long as n is positive, add 1 to the count and drop the ones digit. This should look very familiar. This is exactly digit count. This is the function digit count. Okay, great. And indeed, on a quiz or a test, we might not name it digit count and expect you to figure that out by looking at it. Not by memorizing the code. Memorizing code is worse than useless. It's a very awful practice to get into. You want to look at the code and understand the code. In this case, this is clearly digit count. So what we're doing is we're counting the number of digits in n plus 1, and n plus 2. And count is the result of the total number of digits in those 3 numbers. Okay? All right, so when n is 0, that's 0, 1, and 2. The counts, those are each 1 digit long, so those are 3 digits total. Now when n gets to be, say, 10, actually, let's say when n is 8, 9, 10, that's 1 digit plus 1 digit plus 2 digits, so that'd be 4 digits at 8. So our count's getting bigger. When n is 10, well, when m is 10, I should say. Actually, no, when n is 10, thank you. 10, 11, and 12, that would be 2, 4, 6. So we know when 9 is going to happen at 100, 100, 101, 102. Those have 3 digits each, so that's 9 digits. And in fact, 997, 998, 999. But what happens at 998? You get 998, then 999, then 1,000. And this is 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in fact, when n is 998, the count of those 3 digit counts, the sum is going to be 10, which is greater than 9. That's the first time this happens, and we fall out of this loop, and we want to return m equals the start, which is the start of that range, which is 998. So we think the answer is going to be rc2 of 998. Drum roll, please. Nailed it. And that's it.